Well, direct variation is when one thing goes up, the other thing goes up. But inverse variation is when one thing goes up, the other one goes down. And by golly, I knew when I had less tractors, it was going to take more time. So I had to use inverse variation to see which one it would work. And you know what? I had old Mr. Weaver in Algebra 2. And I remembered inverse variation, y equals k over x. I said y equals k over x. And that's what it was. And that's how I solved that there 38 on my form. Oh, well, thank you there, Billy Bob. I appreciate that. All right, guys, on to 39. Solve 3x minus 7 squared to x plus 2 equals 0. For this problem, all we're going to do is plug these numbers in for x and see which one works out, okay? Be careful with your parentheses here. All right. Number 40. What is the approximate value of the greatest 0? Okay, so I need to either plug these in and see if they are zeros, okay? If they are zeros, that means they make the equation 0. When I'm plugging them in, again, they're in parentheses, all right? What is the approximate value of the greatest 0? So that means which one is the greatest one. Now, obviously, 6.31 is the greatest one, but we do not know if that is a 0 or not. So we can try. If it is, then that would be the answer. If not, we keep working our way down. 41. All right, taking off this hat and going to the third one. All right. It's a little loose here. I might try to tie her up. Well, I guess it'll be all right. All right, 31. Have shit on top of the head a little bit. 41. What are the vertical asymptotes? Okay, for vertical asymptotes, I have to see what makes the bottom 0. So actually, vertical asymptotes, I'm actually looking for the bottom of this fraction. I'm going to set equal to 0. 2x squared plus x minus 15. The vertical asymptotes are the ones that when I plug in for x, they make that bottom 0. Okay? That's vertical asymptotes. It's a big word, asymptote, but it's the right word, okay? So, all right, 42. We're moving on to a political poll here. A poll shows that it is likely, with a margin of error of plus or minus 2 percentage points, that 78% of those selected would vote for a particular candidate. This situation can be described by this inequality. Which graph shows the percentage of voters who favor the candidate? Okay. Now, when we are dealing with inequalities and absolute value, there's the thing called the goal. Greater than is or, and less than is and, okay? So that means this is a less than, so it's going to be an and problem, which means it's going to be in the middle, okay? Also, we're thinking about something. It has an error of plus or minus 2 points. That means it could be up 2 points, could be down 2 points, but it couldn't be anything greater than that. So it's going to be in the middle, all right? So that narrows it down to 50%. That gives us C or D. Then it's less than or equal to. Remember which ones are shaded in and which ones are open circles, and we have the answer. All right, moving on to 43, and if I can, I will now put on my Wingate helmet here for 43 because this is going to be tough. Which equation represents the graph of y equals x squared translated 1 unit right and 3 units down? Okay, 1 to the right, inside of the fraction, remember, it goes left or right, inside of the parentheses. So 1 to the right, remember, right is when we subtract, left is when we add. Up or down on the outside. If we add, we go up. If we subtract, we go down. That should help you get the correct answer in this one. 44, which is the solution set of this equation? X plus 2 equals 4 over x minus 2. If I multiply both sides by x minus 2 to get rid of that on the bottom, I will get a quadratic. I need to do the quadratic formula here, okay? Multiply both sides by x minus 2, and then you will get, when you solve that out, you'll get a quadratic. You need to do the quadratic formula. That'll get you through this problem. Guaranteed, okay? 45, and we're almost done. Whew. It's been a long one, boys. I'll tell you that. I can almost see D. Littlejohn back there somewhere on his iPod and cell phone. Oh, there he is. See him? There he is. Okay. Oh, God. Watch out. There's a window over there. I think Jonathan Sherrill's trying to get in here. Jonathan Sherrill, he stalks me. I swear. He told me he was looking in the window. I'm going to have to find him. Hold on a second. Got my helmet secured. Okay. Hold on. I'll be back. It's okay. We're good. We're good. I didn't see him. I couldn't have missed that big old head from a mile away. So I know he ain't anywhere close. But I did find this here bear. Okay. This bear here is going to give us the next problem. Moving on. Number 45. Mr. Bear, would you like to read this one? Well, sure I would. Okay. Number 45. When interest is compounded n times a year, the formula after 2 years is given by this formula, where P is the principal. How long will it take $2,000, that's our principal, to double or go to $4,000 at an annual interest rate of 5.25%? That means for rate, it's 0.0525. Compounded monthly, so N is the number of times a year. How many months are in a year? 12. Okay, that's all I need to solve this one. All right, thank you, Mr. Bear, for that. Good luck there. So, hopefully you understood. And we'll move on to number 46. Now, in 46, Alan has just started a job that pays a salary of $21,500. At the end of each year, he gets a 5% salary increase. What will his salary be after getting his 5th increase? So his salary is going up 5% each year. So start with 1. Going up 5%, 1.05, and how many years has it been? 5. Okay. 47. In this function where a is greater than 0, what happens to the graph as a increases? Okay, let's pick a number for a. 5. Let's pick another number for a. 8 or 9. Okay, whatever. See what happens as the number increases. If you can't tell, pick some different numbers, okay? But just check. Check with your graph. Now, 48 is one I've talked about some, but it is going to be very important, okay? 48. Which is the inverse of the function y equals x minus 9? Now, this problem is going to be so important that if you're telling this on the exam, Shanice, Kelsey, Bobo, some of you guys, you know who I'm talking about. If you're doing this problem, and I see you not doing it right, I'm going to go ham. Or I might go turkey or stuffing. But I'm going to go ham, okay? Don't make me go ham. I don't even know what ham is. Don't want to know, but don't make me go ham. All right. So on 48, what is the inverse of the function? Okay, the problem is y equals x minus 9. Y equals x minus 9. I want to know the inverse. To find the inverse, write down y equals x minus 9. Yes, Allison, man, I'm waiting for you to write it down, I promise. Then, take the y and the x and switch them. You will now have x equals y minus 9. Now solve for y. That's your answer. Don't make this one harder than it should be, okay? Please. Moving to the last part, number 49. What are the zeros of x squared plus 7x plus 5? You can see that they are written in what formula? Quadratic, okay? The quadratic formula is going to give you this answer. X equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. 2a. Okay. Almost had memories of that song. I know y'all want me to play it again. Don't worry, I will. All right, number 50. The table. Anytime you see the word table, stat edit, stat calc. Anytime. Table shows the number of families living in Sunnyvale, Dale from 1965-2000. Okay. In the first one, L1, you put all the years in. 65, 70, 75, 80. In L2, the second one, you put the families. Okay. Then it says best fit quadratic. So stat calc, quad reg. Stat calc, quad reg. It'll give you the equation.